Welcome back to the Deep Dive. We're the Morse Global Finance Podcast team, and I'm John, your host for today's exploration. We're going to be diving into the world of precious metals, specifically comparing two big players in the online market, APMEX and Provident Metals. Get this, one of these companies lets you turn your cash back into actual gold or silver through their rewards program, and the other one has silver bullets. You heard that right. We're also going to be looking at their IRA options and what customers are saying about both companies. So if you're thinking about diversifying your portfolio with precious metals, buckle up because this deep dive is for you.
And I'm Tiffany, ready to unpack all things shiny and valuable.
All right, Tiffany. So both APMEX and Provident Metals seem to be leaders in the online precious metals market. APMEX has been around since 2000, while Provident Metals came onto the scene in 2009. Both companies offer a variety of precious metals, from gold and silver to platinum and palladium. But what really jumps out at me is the sheer variety of products they offer.
It's fascinating to see the range, isn't it? They both cater to both investors and collectors, offering everything from standard bullion to unique collectible coins. For example, APMEX has a great selection of historical coins, which would be perfect for history buffs, or anyone who appreciates the artistry of older coinage.
I have a friend who's really into Roman history, and I bet he'd love some ancient Roman coins in his collection. But speaking of unique items, Provident Metals offers silver bullets and copper novelties. Those are definitely not your typical investment products. What's the appeal there, Tiffany?
Well, John, I think those items speak to a different kind of investor or collector, someone who's looking for something a little more unusual, maybe a conversation piece. It's a way to diversify beyond the traditional gold and silver bars or coins. But let's not forget about a crucial aspect of investing in precious metals. IRAs. Both APMEX and Provident Metals offer IRA programs, which can be a great way to diversify retirement savings beyond traditional stocks and bonds.
That's something I definitely want to dig into further, because I know a lot of people are looking for alternative ways to secure their retirement. But before we get there, let's talk about the services these companies provide. What caught your eye, Tiffany?
Well, I was impressed by APMX's rewards credit card. It's not your typical cashback card, because you can actually convert your rewards into precious metals. It's a unique way to gradually build your holdings. And then they have the Auto Invest program, which allows you to schedule automatic purchases of precious metals. This can be a great way to dollar cost average into the market, especially during times of volatility.
Dollar cost averaging.
Yeah.
For those who might be unfamiliar, is a strategy where you invest a fixed amount of money at regular intervals, regardless of the price. This helps to reduce the impact of market fluctuations on your overall investment. It's kind of like setting up automatic contributions to your 401k. But for precious metals, I really like that approach because it takes the emotion out of investing.
Exactly, John. It encourages discipline and consistency, which are key to long-term investment success.
APMEX also has a loyalty program called the APMEX Club, from what I've seen. The higher your membership level, the more perks you get, like free shipping and exclusive deals. What about Provident Metals? What are some of their standout services?
One service that caught my attention is their Sell to Us program. It seems very straightforward and user-friendly, which can be a big plus if you ever need to liquidate your assets. They also have a comprehensive investing guide on their website, which is an excellent resource for anyone new to the precious metals market.
That's really important, especially for those who might be intimidated by the world of investing. It's like they're holding your hand through the entire process.
Yeah.
Now, let's get down to brass tacks. Fees and customer support. What's the deal with shipping costs and customer service for both companies?
Both companies offer free shipping on orders over $199, which is pretty standard in the industry. APMEX also has volume discounts and offers savings if you pay with a check or bank transfer.
Okay, so they incentivize certain payment methods. That's good to know. What about their fee transparency overall?
APMEX is very upfront about their fees and any applicable discounts. Provident Metals, on the other hand, doesn't provide as much detailed fee information on their website. That might be something potential customers want to clarify before making a purchase.
Transparency is crucial when it comes to investing. You want to know exactly what you're paying for. But beyond the numbers, what are people saying about these companies? The customer experience can really make or break a business.
You're absolutely right. We dug into customer reviews from various sources and found that APMEX has a strong reputation for their customer support. They're available 24/7. And are praised for their knowledge and responsiveness. However, their overall reviews are a bit mixed, with some customers expressing dissatisfaction with certain aspects of their experience.
That's interesting. What about Provident Metals?
Provident Metals consistently receives positive feedback for their customer service. Even though they have more limited hours of operation, it seems they prioritize quality over quantity when it comes to customer interactions.
All right, so we've got a pretty good overview of what APMEX and Provident Metals are all about. But how do they stack up against each other? And which one might be the right fit for different types of investors? That's what we'll uncover next.
So, John, let's shift gears a bit and really try to understand which of these companies might be a better fit for different investors. What are some of the key things someone should consider when making this decision?
I think it all starts with defining your goals as an investor. Are you primarily looking to diversify your portfolio with precious metals as a hedge against inflation, or are you more interested in collecting unique and rare coins?
That's a great point, John. If your main focus is acquiring standard bullion at the most competitive prices, Provident Metals might be the way to go. They're known for their competitive pricing on popular bullion products.
But if you're after a wider variety of products, especially those harder to find or collectible coins, APMEX definitely seems to have the edge. Their selection is vast and covers a much broader range of interests.
What about their IRA programs, Tiffany? How do those compare? Both companies offer IRA-approved precious metals, allowing you to hold physical gold or silver within a retirement account. This can be a great way to diversify your retirement savings beyond traditional stocks and bonds. However, APMEX provides more comprehensive information about their program online, including details on fees, storage options, and the process of setting up an account.
That level of transparency is really helpful, especially for something as important as retirement planning. APMEX definitely seems to excel when it comes to the breadth and depth of their services. That rewards credit card, the Auto Invest program, and their tiered loyalty program. Those all add value and convenience for customers. What are your thoughts, Tiffany?
I agree, John. Those services can make a big difference, especially for someone who's actively building their precious metals portfolio. Provident Metals, while not as flashy with their services, still offers that transparent sell-to-us program, which can be a big advantage if you ever need to quickly and easily liquidate your assets.
And their investing guide is a fantastic resource, particularly for newcomers to precious metals investing. It's great that they offer that kind of educational support when it comes to fees. They seem pretty similar in terms of free shipping thresholds and other basic costs, but APMEX stands out with their volume discounts and payment-specific savings.
True, John. Those incentives can be appealing for larger purchases. However, as we mentioned earlier, APMEX is much more upfront about their fee structure than Provident Metals. That lack of detailed fee information on Provident Metals' website might be a deterrent for some potential customers.
For sure. Transparency is key in any financial transaction. When it comes to customer support, APMEX seems to have a clear advantage with their 24/7 availability and a team that's known for being responsive and knowledgeable.
Wow.
Provident Metals, while they receive consistently high praise for their customer service, have more limited hours of operation. It boils down to whether you value round-the-clock availability or a more personalized, but less frequent.
That's a great way to put it, John. It's all about finding the right fit for your individual needs and preferences.
We've been diving deep into these two companies, but let's zoom out a bit and talk about the bigger picture of precious metals investing. What are the pros and cons someone should consider before taking the plunge? So we've covered a lot of ground on APMEX and Provident Metals, but I think it's important to take a step back and talk about the broader investment landscape for precious metals. Tiffany, what are some of the key benefits of adding precious metals to a portfolio?
One of the biggest reasons investors turn to precious metals, particularly gold and silver, is their potential to act as a hedge against inflation. When the value of paper currency goes down, precious metals tend to hold their value, and sometimes even increase in price.
So it's like a way to protect your purchasing power over time.
Exactly. It's a way to potentially safeguard your wealth from being eroded by rising prices. Another key advantage is diversification. Traditional assets like stocks and bonds can be quite volatile and unpredictable. Precious metals often move independently of those markets, which can help reduce overall portfolio risk.
So if stocks are having a rough time, precious metals could potentially be doing well, helping to balance out your returns.
That's the idea, John. It's all about spreading your risk across different asset classes, a fundamental principle of investing.
It makes sense. Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Right.
But let's be realistic. Every investment has its downsides. What are some of the risks associated with precious metals?
One thing to keep in mind is that precious metals don't generate income like stocks that pay dividends or bonds that pay interest. Their value is primarily based on supply and demand, which can be influenced by a lot of different factors: the global economy, geopolitical events, even investor sentiment.
So it's a more passive investment, with the hope that prices will appreciate over time.
Yes. And it's important to understand that price appreciation is not a guarantee. Precious metals can be volatile in the short term, with prices fluctuating based on market conditions. If you're looking for quick profits or need access to your money quickly, precious metals might not be the best fit.
It sounds like they're more suited for a long-term investment strategy, where you're comfortable riding out market fluctuations.
Exactly. It's about understanding that precious metals are a store of value, a potential hedge against uncertainty, rather than a get-rich-quick scheme.
We've discussed inflation and diversification, but there's another factor that often drives investors towards precious metals: fear. Fear of economic collapse, political instability, even societal unrest. What are your thoughts on that, Tiffany?
It's true, John. Precious metals, particularly gold, have historically been seen as a safe haven asset, something people turn to when they lose confidence in traditional financial systems or sense a threat to the established order.
So is it like the ultimate insurance policy for your wealth?
You could say that. It's a tangible asset with intrinsic value that can offer a sense of security in uncertain times.
So given all this information, what's the takeaway for our listeners? Should they rush out and buy gold bars?
Not necessarily. The decision to invest in precious metals should be made carefully, based on your financial goals, risk tolerance, and time horizon. It's always wise to consult with a qualified financial advisor who can help you assess your individual circumstances.
Sound advice, Tiffany. And remember, everyone, knowledge is power. The more you know about precious metals, the better equipped you'll be to make informed decisions about whether and how to incorporate them into your portfolio.
That's precisely what we aim to do today. We've delved into the specifics of APMEX and Provident Metals, explored the services they offer, and examined the broader landscape of precious metals investing.
We hope you found this deep dive informative and helpful. There's always more to learn and explore. Keep asking questions, keep diving deep, and strive to make the most informed financial decisions. That's all for this episode of The Deep Dive. Until next time.